Hello again, it's Amy with Just a Little Ink. I'm in an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And every month I create thank you notes for my customers, anybody who places an order through me, whether that's through one of my stamp clubs, a class, or through an online order. And this month, this is the card that I'm making for them. And so if you are one of my customers who's ordered, you're going to be receiving one. I wanted to show how beautiful the fine art floral collection really is. It includes, and so I'm going to kind of step away here. The cards will include a piece of our Flirty Flamingo cardstock. It's one of the colors that coordinates. I have a piece for the inside. I make fairly simple cards. Also a piece of Flirty Flamingo is how I've cut out that just want to say. And I've attached to the back of it some of our adhesive sheets. I kind of want to show you. Our adhesive sheets come in a 6 by 12 inch sheet that then has 2-inch strips. So if I pull one out, you'll kind of see. They have 2-inch strips that then can come off for easy assembly onto your cardstock. And the advantage that does is when you run it through our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, it makes the back side of those detailed images sticky, and so you don't have to apply glue, which can get messy. So I've also have a sheet of the fine art floral. This is the art gallery paper. It is gorgeous paper, far prettier in person. And then there's the Golden Garden Designers Specialty Acetate sheets. And you'll note that there's 2 sheets of them that absolutely follow the outlines and kind of pop up those images. This is on the one, and I've cut mine all down so I get, 6 of them per sheet. And then on the other image, because this is a different paper that's behind, there's the second one, and then the third one, so you get 3 sheets of that acetate. It has kind of a little image that just kind of accents, is how I would word it. So let's get started. I will have all these measurements on my blog, justalittleink.com, and you can order any of them on my Stampin' Up website, justalittleink.stampinup.net. If you do not already have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator, and you will receive one of these cards in the mail from me. So I have a sheet of cardstock. It's a half a sheet, cut 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. I'm going to fold it then along at the half mark. This is a very quick card. When you're making very many, you don't want them to be very long. So then I'm going to attach this sheet to the front of my cardstock, just using some of our Stampin' Seal. Get it going here a little bit. Roll. Like so. Line it up on the front of my card, and then there are a few options that you have to attach the acetate sheets. You could place some glue dots on the corners or glue dots along the inside part where you would have your words. That helps to hide it, but what I have found works the best for me is to just take some of our multi-purpose liquid glue and dot 4 dots of glue in the corners. Set my acetate sheet on the top, and I found that it hides it the best. Of all the different options I've done, this is the one that I think works the best. So then we'll take care of cutting my piece. I've got my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Open it up. Pull out my plate number 1, plate number 2 to cut. Then I have the coordinating dies, and I need this one. This one says, just want to say. So I've got my sheet of adhesive cardstock in here. I'm going to line it up. I don't need it to be in any particular place. And so with that, it doesn't need any washi on it. Run it through. Pull it out. Get this out of the way. So when I pull it off, this little dot tends to want to stick on there. And I keep my pickup tool, my take your pick tool with the pointy end. So I'm going to pop this out. There we go. I'll set that aside. What I found worked the best, you can choose to pull it all out and set the layer on top. What I found worked best for me is I'm going to pull it off. I'll add my dot to the end. And again, I want that pick tool because it does a great job of lifting. You see, I got part of it because it's going to overlap my piece here. So then, wherever I want this, I'm going to choose to put it down here, like so. I'm going to take my dot to my J, lift that off, put it on the front, and then I can pull off the rest of my words. You might get them to pull off like I am, or you might have to separate it like the last piece. Either way gets the job done. So then I'm going to line up. I just want to follow that curve. So I've got just want. Well, except I have a feeling I have some backer. Yep. I have some backer on here. It wasn't sticking, which was how I knew. There we go. That piece off. Then my W will go down. Then I just need the two. Pop out my extra pieces there. And I know I want it down lower, so I'm going to put here. And then I need the say. I've had this since the catalog came out, and I'll be honest, I've been a little slow in using the words. I'm not sure why. Put down then to say. Okay. Like so. Just want to say. And then I'm going to stamp on the inside. So I've got a flower image. So again, I'm using, I think I pulled it out, the Art Gallery stamp set. And I'm going to use some Fleur de Flamingo ink. Ink up the smaller flowers. Stick them on the center top. While I have my ink out, I'm going to also put one of those on the flap of my envelope, just to decorate my envelope a little bit. I send my thank you note inside the envelope, inside a larger envelope, so that this then can be used. And I write my note in a Post-it note so that it can be used. It can be recycled. You get the greeting, and yet you get me sharing with you another card, and you can either create more, which is always my hope, or you can send it along with to someone else. So then I'm going to just on the inside say thank you. So on the outside, it's just want to say, and when you open it up, it's going to say thank you. Now clean that later. So I need just a little bit of adhesive to go on the inside. If you're making very many notes, you need to make them simple enough. And I send out, at least 12 a month, sometimes more. Again, I would love to be able to send you one. So if you place an order, I will be sending you this card, but it's not quite done. It's pretty this way, but I really loved these gilded gems in our large catalog. So I'm just going to pull off. I want one larger one. Oh, let's stick it. Well, it's going to maybe decide for me. Put it here. If you've been watching my videos very long, you know I like threes. So then I'm going to take and put two more. I'm going to stick one up here. You could put more. You want to do them in odd numbers. I think it just has a better presentation. And so just like that, I have a very simple but elegant thank you card to give to my customers. I wanted to share with you just real quick that I've got a class I'm putting together. It is going to be all based around the Happy Thoughts stamp set that's in the January to June mini catalog. It all is using the Flower and Field designer series paper that's available right now with a $50 purchase as a celebration item. And I have come up with 4 cards that all use that paper, and most of them some creative folds. This last one does not have a creative fold, but I think it's an elegant card. And so I'm going to put it together. You're going to make 8 cards, 2 of each of these. You'll get all the supplies, no stamps, because nothing can be stamped ahead of time. It would be a $25 kit in the mail to you. It'll include the envelopes. You will need to add memento ink or another color of your choice. You'd need to add Happy Thoughts or another stamp set of your choice. If you choose to buy the Happy Thoughts stamp set, use this host code on my website, then the cost for the cards will only be $20. And there is a link on my blog starting tomorrow, February the 17th, justalittleink.com, where you can pay for that via PayPal. And once I have supplies exhausted, I will delete the option to be able to purchase. But I hope that you will check that out. And if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would so appreciate that. And if you would click the bell, you'll be sure to get any updates of videos I post. So look forward to the next time and have a wonderful week.